Can we find footsteps of Lord Ram? Can we find lost links between history and mythology? Whatever we found might shock you. It is said that these first footprints are still present in some parts of the bridge. And it is in search of those footprints that we were moving towards Setu Karai. Before we reach there, where it will prove that our search was in the right direction. Everyone knows this fact that the work of building the bridge was started only after the fast. Setu Karai is 3 kilometers away from the temple, meaning the place and the story related to the place both match each other perfectly. The priest associated with the temple also clarified that people consider Dhanushkodi as Ram Setu, whereas in Ramayana this place is mentioned for the construction of the bridge. Valmiki in Ramayana had also told about Setu Bandhan. Dhanushkodi is not included in it. Dhanushkodi will not be included in Ramayana. It will not be included in any record. No one has spoken about Dhanushkodi. This is a very important temple, everyone tells so. It also appears on YouTube. Dhanushkodi is not Dhanushkodi. There is a record related to this temple. It is 3000 years ago. Eventually, we found the place where the first stone of Ram Setu was laid, where its foundation was laid, which is today known as Setu Karai, which means the edge of the bridge. In fact, this is the same place where it is believed that Hanumanji had kept the first stone on which Ram was written. If we move in another direction from here, will we be able to get it? Even though it has not been scientifically proven, but local people also consider 21 islands as the remains of Ram Setu, because the work of building that bridge started from Setu Karai itself. There is a part of Ram Setu where there is a part of Ram Setu there. Between Rameshwaram and Thoothukudi, there are 21 different parts. Our next step was very clear. Regardless of the outcome, we will go to 21 islands of Setu Karai, investigate them. Maybe the footprints of Sri Ram can also be found there. Anyway, no one has seen those islands from close till date. We started preparing with enthusiasm, then a big hurdle came our way. Those 21 islands fall within the scope of the Marine National Park of the Gulf Mannar, where the marine world is home to specially protected animals. Only a few islands can be visited with special permission from the local administration. So we can go. Permission is not given. It is inside the forest area. No one can go. Can fisherman boats can go? No. We talked to fishermen. No one was ready to go without permission. Then we understood why people do not have information about those 21 islands. On one side, the sun was about to set, and on the other side, our ray of hope was also diminishing. Then we decided in our mind we will talk to the local administration the next day and give it a try. Next day, we reached there as soon as the office opened. After hours of effort, we got the permission to visit only 5 islands. We felt a little disappointed, but our hope was intact. There was no longer guarantee that the footprints of Lord Ram would be found on those 5 islands. But there was one consolation. Even if footprints were not found, we would definitely find new remains of Ram Setu. With question in our mind, we were moving forward, crossing through the ocean. Then the island started appearing. Many islands are visible one after the other. Another island is visible right in front. Is this that part of Ram Setu which the world has not been able to see? The view was exactly like Ram Setu of Dhanushkodi, a very shallow place in the middle of deep sea, so much so that anyone could comfortably walk on the waves. We were not allowed to land on these islands. Beyond this, we had to go to another island. Our first stop on the ocean was this island. Going by locals, we had put our footsteps on the land, which was once a part of Ram Setu. This island was full of deserted forest. There was no movement, only silence could be felt here. We had permission for only one day. There were more islands ahead. We searched as much as we could, but we could not find any trace of any shape or form. Then we left for another island where there were more islands ahead. Whether this area is part of Ram Setu or not depends on whether we are able to find the footprints of Lord Ram. As soon as we landed on the second island, we started searching for the imprints. Looked everywhere, but found nothing. There was one more thing which was bothering us a lot. If this area is part of Ram Setu, why were stones floating on water not visible here? One by one, we explored the 4 islands, but no evidence was found to prove that we were in the midst of the oldest remains of Ram Setu. The footprints now seemed very far-fetched, which were exactly like Ram Setu. The only difference was in size. In scientific language, they are called pumic stones. At first glance, this island seemed to be a part of Ram Setu. The island cannot be given the status of Ram Setu on the basis of mere stones. If those footprints are found, only then can something be said. The island was not very big. We measured it with steps in a few minutes. Did not find any signs. Felt a little disappointed. Is this not an ordinary island? Then where did the stones of Ram Setu come from? To understand this, we used a drone camera. When the drone reached a height, we jumped seeing the picture. We were standing right in the middle of what we were looking for. This entire island was in the shape of foot. The shape was very big, even bigger than we thought. Not only the shape, the view of this place, the movement of the sea, everything was similar to the verses of Valmiki Ramayana. Till date, no human has set foot here. Even fishermen do not come here. It was we who, on the basis of clues received from the old scriptures, had entered the sea in search of the signs of Ramayana. We were disheartened, surrounded by despair, but finally were successful in finding the footprints in the ocean. If we connect the bridges of Dhanushkodi and Setu Karai, the picture becomes something like this. The remains of Ram Setu, which are now 45 kilometers long, according to the local belief, were once 135 kilometers long. According to Valmiki Ramayana, it is still much smaller than the mythological Ram Setu. The reason being that a large portion of it got drowned inside the ocean after the cyclone. The 8 islands between Dhanushkodi and Sri Lanka belong to the Ramayana period. Scientists have confirmed this. Now the question arises that 90 kilometers away from Dhanushkodi, the island we saw and the footprints we came across are all these physical evidences of Ram Setu. Logically, it seems so, but it is yet to be scientifically tested. Ram Setu is not a matter of research, but the matter of faith. Don't know when scientists will research on this area. It is not known when carbon dating of the sand and rocks here will be done like Dhanushkodi, and it is also not known what will be the result of it. Till then, people will continue to associate these 21 islands and these footprints with Lord Ram because their story and marks exactly matches that with the Ramayana.
But this is not the end. In the next episode, we would go to the length and depth of an incredible journey to unmask new revelations.